So guys,
Hello.
today our topic is don't be your own distraction. Yeah? You will listen, we'll be with them. So, okay, so don't be your own distraction. You understand what I mean, right? Already from there. This is one of the biggest things that I have observed in the people around me and through the journey, through this thing. So I'll say you some of the things, summarize it with my experience mixed with the some of the basic things that actually people does and what does it exactly means. Okay, it already specifies that don't be your own distraction. That means we can be our own distraction. How to exactly understand it? First, I can summarize you. Let's make it like a two different way, which is like I say it. One is happy moments, and one is sad or hard moments. Okay. Talking about sad or hard moments, we understand like, okay, we have problem, no money, lot of work, no time, and all those things. But even happy moments, yeah, I got this tours and all, oh, now boyfriend and girlfriend and all, and you get distracted from what you have set for. Of course, I'm talking about like your distraction. Of course, if you have a focus of something, then only you can be distracted, first of all. That means if you are not focused already, there is no point of distraction. First of all, you are not never focused on it. Make sense? So that means this only comes after you have done the first step of that. You have set some goal, set some focus for something. Yeah. Now talking about this distraction. So now, as I said, this happy and the hard moments, most of the things will fall into it. Now, example, the first point of it is about confidence. Yeah. So when I'm talking about confidence, it's not only confidence like less or more, it's both of it. So not having the right confidence. Okay. Now this is a one in which you don't have much of your control yet. Is the step to be yet to be taken. Make sense? So am I good enough? Can I do it? Oh, I can never do like that. Or like this thing. You're more in your mind of your belief than the action itself. So, or else you already know the thing, but you have gone to the level of overconfidence where your downfall starts. Or you get stagnant to that part and you get stuck to it forever and play in the same loop again and again. The growth which happens, which may like a normal job where you go, and the growth is which is supposed to happen is supposed to happen. It's not, you are not affecting it as much. You're not getting a promotion of 5 years in 5 months. Makes sense? That 5 years and the 15 years is going to happen anyways. Even if it's not you, most probably anyone in your degree, in your qualification, having the same kind of work or the status, taking an example, is going to have the same. Then the same thing can be also in another part can be said as ego. Sometimes we get stuck because of this ego. By the way, ego is not all we take it. Ego is like always this. How to define what is ego? When I ask people, so they get stuck. What is ego? Ego is this the kind of thing, maybe attitude or this kind of thing. It is how confidence, when it goes too much, it becomes overconfidence. In the same way, when self-respect is too much, it crosses the line, it becomes ego. And then you start holding on something which you already have. And the funny part, most of the people, they have the ego even without achieving something to stand it on. Make sense? Actually, okay, you can still have ego and all, but you should have something to have it. So that means many of the times we are feeling bad about some other people and other things, about teachers, about colleagues, about friends, or about, and actually we don't have any even deservingness to hold that ego. First of all, we haven't even earned that to even throw it. Make sense? That means we can say, take it like a money. Now you're using the money in a bad way. You're spending on drugs or whatever you consider as the wrong way. Make sense? Now the point is that right now you're throwing the money which you don't even have, which you haven't even earned. Getting the point? That's so much blindness about this ego thing, and it can stop you. In same way, like I see this in teaching field today a lot, how generation has changed. Yeah, like before our parents were going to the teacher and like discipline him, do whatever it's needed to be done to to the teacher. And now if the teacher disciplines, and how dare you told to my kid. Makes sense how things have like kind of changed to this. Okay, so coming back, and then what happens is that means now we are going to learn sometimes and telling the teacher how they should be teaching us. Getting it? And that's how our education system has also been shaken much more because of these qualities. Now that means here also, that means sometimes when we are going for teachers and all those things, sometimes even over there also we are having a ego clash or something, where we have come to do something. Like especially example, I'm speaking from my point of view, my field also, with the experience. Now I'm personally choreographing many shows or performances or TV shows and all those things. At the same time, I'm going and working in some different projects, in opera or something else, as a normal dancer, performer, actor, whatever it is. And I'm not the main person who is making it happen. And then I'm a team player. Makes sense? At the same time, later I'm changing to this person. Sometimes it's very hard for people to switch because they become this one. Make sense? That means when I'm going and I'm taking, there is another person who might be younger than me in experience or something, but that time, as I say, he's my captain. So I'm playing, I might be the best player also, but he's my captain. So this sportsman spirit and all those things. So that what misses, and that also becomes your self-distraction. That means even having the right sportsmanship, which will lead to the next point, which I'm going to say. So it's going to be a short video, kind of. So, so everybody's laughing. It's like, so, so keep the watch time going. So, so the next point comes from there in the same part is this self-honesty. We miss this self-honesty. In this generation, we have so much of information that our belief system is higher, here than our ancestors and the parents and all. They were not like, believe in yourself and love yourself and this thing. They were not having that much. Their belief is kind of much more lower than what we have in our generation. But our belief and action generally has a big gap to merge in. So it's better to have a belief here and you reach here, or belief here and just act like here. So the good part to have the belief here, but also to act like that, so that the merging point will be somewhere here, not somewhere here. Or there will be depression, or there will be unsatisfaction with yourself, even we try to pretend outside. So self-honesty, that means really knowing your grounds, what you're good, what you're bad, and no, I have to win this thing. That will keep you on the track, which will bring you to the next part, which is not a part of it, but which is a big distraction of discipline. So now that means you will not try to, if you will try to have something, it's much more harder than it becoming you. Now you will try to discipline yourself, waking up in some time and doing this kind of a thing like an army person. It has to be trained, which will take time. Then some, like I had some uncles who are like living their life like that, including my dad, never been in army. Everything is like kind of, discipline. However, I'm not talking about discipline, about only this discipline. It can be like, you can be doing your things at any time, but there is a ritual. There is something to follow. So all these things are the, so these are the main roots of how we become our own distraction before even people influences us. Before they say no to us, what we can't, or all these things, we are continuously putting ourselves down. And the last point will be like that. I will say either over evaluating oneself, that's why you stop, or else how to put it across. Give me some. I'm trying to find the right way to. Okay, till this time I will cut the video. Okay. Okay, I'll come back to it later. So mostly, before people are saying to we are failing by ourselves mostly on these points. Most of these people who have been able to make something, if you see, most of the big legends are mostly self-taught. Most of their things. And they are able to break this or gain this by this discipline and having this kind of a sort. I was talking about, when I'm talking about, again, repeating about discipline, it can be, example, musicians or artists. They are not following exactly the kind of discipline that an athlete or a sports person will be following. But still, you'll have to follow a kind of ritual and discipline to gain that greatness in something. So, okay, now, by the way, the same thing goes for even if you're practicing, if you're in your spiritual practice. If you're having a double standard mind, in one way you're thinking that, oh, I'll be the person who will be in the garden, having my own garden and house, and I'll be happy into that thing. At the same, that's cool. If you're having that, you are successful. You're living the happiness over there. But if you're also having at the same time that I want to roam around, when you see other friends and all going around different countries, you want to visit all those things, then you're creating a double standard in your head, and that's now you're not going to be happy even if you have got the most peaceful thing you have been looking for, because you're again distracted. So that means, and that's why if you'll go back to the self-honesty, you will get the point that where it's important to know that what you really want and sticking, to that thing. Keep on reminding yourself about it. Okay, so I'll wrap up to these things. If there'll be more, I'll be adding the video later. So hold on to that thing. I'll talk to these people and I'll continue with you later. I said that was fast. So we're back. They are still there. Okay, so another point which I forgot to say is I can say in a two-way, which was got in my head, but actually it's two word to say it actually, because they are a little bit different and but same. Mentality / approach. Like your mentality is also going to play a big game into this, or approach. How you're normally we fail on this. Example, when I'm saying distraction, that means you have already made a mind, you're set for something, like going for a gym. Okay, now you have to see if you're transforming something, it has to start from already the decision making even and sticking to it. Make sense? Even if it's physical, you wanted to make a body, but you have decided it here. It should continue from here. Then and later it's gonna change your personality. So it's gonna come from here to here much more. Okay, but in the beginning you have to start from here anyways. Getting my point? But the good part is that later, even because of your health and body change and all, it will change a lot of things in you, which is the metaphysical. This is the physical, that's the metaphysical. Make sense? Now the mentality and the approach is a big game. If you're gonna make things like, first of all, if your mentality has been of a quitter, you have to change that first of all. Otherwise you will find for the quitting more excuses. Your mind will find more reasons for that thing. First, you have to change it to be a winner or set the goal, exactly what you want to, reach for that. And this mentality, the more, that means every day how much you're working on your health as this thing, your mentality is also getting trained. That's why many of the people who are good in fitness and all, they already gain a discipline and a control, different control in their life itself than before. Make sense? Because that's how it affects. But if you think things are gonna be like more harder, tougher, if you by your mentality already you're losing, most probably you're gonna lose there, or else you will need someone continuously to push you through, your coach, your trainers, some examinations, and for those reasons you will keep on going, but it will not be you yourself. And same goes for approach. If that means that mentality itself is the approach. If your approach is already weak, it's already manipulated, it's already shallow, it doesn't have that weight, you're gonna switch over, and you already have left a big sign for self-distractions. So things will get a little bit hard or little bit this thing which I said in the beginning, happiness or sadness. You don't need much layer of it to distract you. Little bit of like 2 days of struggle or 2 months of struggle can break you down than people gaining it for 4 or 5 years. Getting it? So that's why keep the eyes, in short, keep the eyes on the prize than the price. As I say, everybody wants the prize. Everybody wants that good body. Why they don't do it? They don't want to pay that price. Price is not the money, the effort and all those things. And then they find the excuses. Make sense? A good businessman, a good athlete and all, they focus on the price. They're ready to pay the price. But if you see the price is much more less, they think like, oh my God, 6 months of price, 1 year of price, 2 years of price, working out business, whatever. Sorry. But this 1-2 years of price, now think about, you got that body is going to almost stay with you for the next 40, 50, 60 years. You just have to hardly maintain it, even if you don't work it out more to gain something more. You just have to. You're just keeping active. Make sense? So, and you're staying in that for the next all these years. So if you see it, now compare the price, which I say, the price was so low, which we make it so big. So when I was studying and example personally studying and like working jobs to earn, to support my dream, and then teaching and learning like dancing, acting and all those things. My friends were thinking I'm crazy. How can you even do that? Sleeping for 4 or 5 hours a day and all. I am wasting time and all. First of all, the point, they can never do it. You know why? Because for me, it was not as a big deal. I loved it so much. I want to do it and I want to do it. Even that will take 3 hours of sleeping. I have to figure out a way how can I increase the quality of my sleep, but still do it. But for me, it was already doable, which was like, oh my God, I haven't slept for this thing. I used to, even when I was working in corporate, something personal, I used to even go in, take breaks because I'm not able to open my eyes, sleep in the stairs, like tick, 15 minutes break of the alarm, then go and try to work again. Because cannot even keep, but then I cannot blame because I want that. I have to go and then put my physical effort into that and do this thing. I want it, and I will make that thing. Now, this is what I'm saying, and to stick with it, because already knowing that this is gonna be the price, and accept the price. The good part is that the price either you have to earn anyways in the life, or you can pay already that you have inside you. How amazing is that? Normally you are having this clothes and car and all those things for which you are going outside doing something for months and months, earning that thing and then paying a price for something, then getting something. Here I already have it. Very deep thing I'm saying it. You already have many of the things that you can already put into price. Make sense? Now think about, it can be much more harder for you people right now in next 3 months to find a job and earn money than a construction worker right now who knows less work than you, but work can physically and can actually sustain for next 3 months. But you will think getting a job for you is hard. Getting it? Because it depends on what your standard is set over there. So that was a very deep one. So these are the main factors. And again, if I get something, I'll get back to you or see you next time with the next topic. I'll try to keep the videos more shorter next time. See you guys. Bye. So another thing. So another thing is that it's not a self-distraction, but it's also a self completely, like it can take you to a different route of finding all these things continuously. Self-pity, not pity also, it's like self-victimizing. This happened to me, that happened to me, and this kind of thing, I have this situation and all those things and la 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 and blah 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 and all those things. The good on all, they don't victimize. Make yourself those things as the story. For, like this thing happened, that's why I was able to make this thing. If you see all the, that's why the butterfly effect is also there, but also it's on you. If you're gonna say victimized story to yourself and to other people, this happened because of this, your life is gonna be rolling up to that. You're making the spiral of this. If you're making the same information and making it because of this, I left that and then I then did this thing happened to me and all those things, so that's why I tried this thing and that happened. That's the maximum story of it, which I was saying, coming back to the approach and mentality. So really don't self-victimize yourself. Instead of that, use that. How can you even use that negative in some positive? Like again, talking about personally to me, most of the things that I'm good in, if you say so, or mastered, were the things exactly mostly said that I am not good in. You are, like today I'm known for musicality. I was said that you don't even have a beat sense. I'm giving speeches and seminars and all those things. My mom said, like, you are spending so much money, you people don't even talk in English in this thing, because none of our people used to talk in English. I used to get rejected in many companies to giving training in those companies without even taking the accents and all those things. Okay, so these are all the things how then when I'm doing international shows and all, I had a cliche to break about being Indian, yoga or Bollywood. And you're going to do some different things, but exactly I use those things. Okay, I will go to your field and I'll do what you are doing. Oh, you're doing hip hop, you're doing contemporary, you're doing acting, theater. I will compete in that. I will make myself better in that. Using the same negative in the positive. I was said, like, okay, you are not in a very, right now you're in this country, which is not a very growing country. People are not so welcoming to new things or positive. Oh, great. That means if I can succeed here, I can succeed in the place where people are already much more cheerful, warming, and more opportunities. That means it's even a better thing. Like, you get trained with the harder person to win competitions or to go for increase your level. So really, your approach is the game. So don't self-victimize yourself. See what's there in that. How can you turn it around or make exactly that story? Because maybe exactly that's the point where you can make the story of yours, where others will quit. I forgot the point also after putting it on. So, what was the point? Look at her smile. Yeah, 18 and 20.
Percentage of what input.
Yeah. So I was saying it's better that you think like, is it better to think 80 things and do only 20 in action, putting 20% only into action, or thinking 20% thing but putting 80% of that into action? of course 80% of that into action is going to yield more results. In the same way, so that means about the self distraction thing. In the same way, that means if you think that you don't believe in yourself, which I was saying about confidence, or not this thing, example, if you don't believe in yourself, I don't think I can, and all, I can't, and opportunities and all this thing, at the end, action is stronger than any belief and passion. I told you I'll be back. So another point of distraction is actually not a self-exactly distraction, but why I'm putting it into self-distraction, because we allow it to. Normally people from outside, they influence us, okay, like you can or can't and this kind of thing, but also we got into a competition or into a flow by our own, sometime by weakness and sometime by competitiveness, sometime by want to get more, so that's why examples, many of the people, when we if one kind of topic of video is getting hit, we start making that kind of a video more and more, so that because now it's going on, this is in the trend and it will get more views and all those things, getting it. If you start doing that, you will start becoming unhappy, because in the long run, because right now you're doing for the views, but you're doing continuously thing which is not exactly what you like. It's not much, but more about what will work outside. So you're again making it more slowly to the mechanical side later. Make sense? And another, that's why I say that other people, now in the competitiveness, what happens, you're doing something. Now this is the competitiveness, because this is what is happening, your competitors are using, or other people what is working, and you're getting into the flow of that thing, just because that's, happening. And but if it's not exactly where your heart is, where you dig into what exactly you wanted to do. So that's another thing, like fame or competition or what's happening outside, to get into the flow of it and losing the distraction from what you started on for. Point to be noted. Hey, I didn't say bye to everyone, right? And that's my coffee.